Hi everybody. So I want to share a message with you today on how to forgive family members or forgive people that are very close to you, that you've known for a very long time, that have impacted who you are and your life in ways that you can't even begin to see. Like a mother or a father, an uncle, an aunt, a grandmother, a grandfather, a friend, a teacher, a figure that really just knows you and has always known you and can see through you and is just very clear on who the essence of your being is. Because when this person hurts you, it is not fun. It's not fun. And this video is about how to forgive that person. I'm mostly talking about a mother or a father because this is the most common kind of person that we have in our lives that knows us for our entire lives and has the deepest impact on who we are. So how do we forgive our mother or our father for whatever they've done? Now, you might not know that you have something against your mother or father or whatever figure this is. You might not know. You might have an all right relationship with them on the surface. You might call them every once in a while. You might be on speaking terms. You might get them a gift for Christmas. You just might not know. On the surface, everything seems good, but it's not. It's not good because when you think about them, when you hear a sad song, you cry or you feel like crying. And it just all comes pouring down all at once. And when that comes, you shut it down and you don't think about it and you put it away. So sometimes that happens where you don't even know you have something against a family member. The point of this video is not to have a deep relationship with somebody that you don't want to have a deep relationship with. There's no obligation. You don't have to call your mom right now and schedule lunch with her for the next 5 years every week. You don't have to do that. But what this is about is acknowledging any grudge you have or any feelings of pain and resentment you have against this one person and letting it go. And maybe after that, the floodgates will open and, things will sweep in and suddenly you'll be able to have an open relationship with this person now. Better than before than the superficial Christmas presents. Or if you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever you celebrate. So how do you forgive somebody who has hurt you? And maybe you know they've hurt you, and maybe you don't talk, and maybe your relationship is complete garbage. And it's been garbage for 35 years, and you're just not having it with this person, and you will never have it with this person because they wronged you, and it was bad, and it was so bad, and you just will not go there. Maybe that's how it is. Maybe. So how do you forgive that person? How do you forgive, man? How do you forgive? Shit's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard stuff. And I recommend maybe you go and hang out with a friend and say, hey, listen, the pain that I have in my heart for my mother, for the things she did 30 years ago is really heavy. And I'm starting to realize it impacts everything I do. I want to forgive her, but what she did was so terrible and it hurt so much, I just don't want to. And your friend, if it's a good friend, will talk you through in a therapy sort of way. You could see a therapist, that would also work. If you are by yourself, you could do it right now. There are many ways to do this. Basically, you have to get your feelings on paper. You could write a poem. You could write a journal entry. Maybe you like to draw. Whatever makes you feel comfortable in terms of expression. Something where your emotions will authentically appear in front of you, because the point is you see in front of you. You are aware. You acknowledge, these are my feelings. This is how I feel. When you acknowledge your feelings, there is nothing stopping you from letting them go. And how do you forgive? You let go of those old feelings. You have energy inside you. Everything that happens to you, you can either hold it or let it go. Like if somebody says to you, your shirt today is not that nice. That could stay with you and that could repeat in your head for years. Like 10 years later, you're like, remember that time that person said that my shirt wasn't that nice? And it just stays with you like a big glop of like a big glob of tar, like inside of you, maybe inside your heart. Just it stays with you. And or someone's like, I don't really like your shirt today, and you're like, I don't give a fuck, and you just move on with your day. And however you allow things to slip off you, they do. And that energy that you received, right? We're talking in energetic terms here. This person sends you this energy, in the form of an insult. I don't like your shirt. And you could either have it glide off you like a water slide, or it could delve into you until you let it go. And it is your decision to let it go. Maybe you don't consciously know you have it. This is mostly what happens. But this is why we must bring it to awareness. This is why we must write our journal entries, why we must draw our pictures, why we must put our feelings in front of us and say, there you are, you little snake. Get out of here. When my mother and I did not have a good relationship when I was a teenager. When I moved out at age 17 to go to college, we were screaming, we were fighting. There was this one fight where I think she was using that purse that day. And this purse was just sitting on that arm of the couch, and we were in the middle of a fight, and I took that purse and I threw it across the room, and all the stuff in the purse fell out, and there was just silence. My mother looked at me just sort of like in disappointment and disbelief and in sadness, and I just looked at the purse and at her and the whole situation, and I was just overcome by anger. And it was at that moment where I realized, oh my God, I am really pissed. I'm really pissed. But it didn't happen until later. About a year later, I was walking through Central Park. And, I started thinking about her. And I had a journal with me. And I sat down in the grass. And I wrote about her. And I remember reading this entry over and over again. And this entry said something akin to, it was a lot of writing. And at the end of it, it said something like, whatever you've done, I forgive you. And it was at that moment I felt very cleared of my misgivings toward my mother. And it was from that moment on I started to adopt an attitude of understanding toward her. And my relationship with her, while it's not perfect by any means, it has blossomed into something I didn't think it could have ever become. And I want that for all of you. Whatever relationship you have, with whoever you have it with, there is a way to heal it and you from the inside. All it takes is a little mindfulness, a little awareness, a little quiet time for you and your feelings. Your feelings are sacred things. And I encourage you to never feel ashamed of how you feel. How you feel is how you feel. You can't control your reactions, but you can become aware of them and choose as you become aware of your feelings, you can choose how to behave and what to do. And this is how you become more in control of your life and your relationships. And that is how you forgive somebody. Thank you for watching. My name is Sara, and I will be with you again soon. Bye-bye.